Should I ask Al right now? I'm gonna do Ben's.
Page 10.
שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומנעים. שבת אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I thank you, David Cooper, for your Shabbat Shalom, but I think all of us, let's join together in our Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. I feel like we have our own Hollywood Bowl right here, right? We've got our band. Thank you, Rabbi Ross. Yes, exactly. We're feeling the Shabbat spirit. Raise your hand if you experience a little bit of traffic on your way here. Oh, that's pretty good. Raise your hand if you had a test this week or a lot of homework this week. Tessa feels very strongly about that. Raise your hand if it was just a hard week at work, a lot going on. Yeah, okay, a lot of adults. Raise your hand if this was a week where someone in your family or a friend or a colleague just showed up for you, maybe with a particular amount of kindness or with love. Someone just, showed up for you with some kindness. Okay. Well, we all enter the Shabbat coming from different places, and really the tradition, this practice, is meant to really challenge us to think about our lives in a different way, because each week, no matter what we face during the week, we're supposed to come together and shift from getting our homework done, from racing in the car, to doing things as quickly and as efficiently as we can, and instead to just enjoy being together and to notice our surroundings, to listen to beautiful music, to hear one another's voices, and really to connect together as a community, which is something that's been not very common for us in these past 2 years. And so this Shabbat is going to be hopefully even sweeter, because we have all of our religious school students here, and we get to celebrate with them as they lead us in prayer, and also because we get to welcome some of our new families and our new students as they begin this journey of community and of learning Torah together. And so we want you to sing with us. If you're at home, we want you to sing with us. We want you to pray with us, and hopefully all of our voices together will lift us into a peaceful and restful and rejuvenating Shabbat. And so we will sing a new song unto God. We are in the back of our prayer books, page 344. 344, Shir Chadash, 344.
Song, I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along all the earth a new song unto God. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz. One more time, let's hear your voices. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai Shir Hadash.
It's so nice having the band and having everyone back here. We are going to move into our prayer Lecha Dodi. We are supposed to greet Shabbat with the joy that we would experience at any kind of simcha, joyous occasion, particularly a wedding of two people in love. And so we are on page 20. This is going to sound more complicated than it is. We're going to do verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Page 20.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekavela לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד.
Dancing is encouraged.
השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. לשם ותפארת ולתהילה. Let's hear you. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכוונך, כי השמיענו כמיוחד. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה ומחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Top of 21.
התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך ומיהורי. אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני אלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
We rise, we face the entrance, bottom of page 21.
בואי ושלום עטרת פעלה, גם בשמחה ובסהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
You can take a seat for a moment. We are going to welcome up any of our kindergarten, first, and second graders are going to help us feel that joy of Shabbat. Come on up, kindergarten, first and second graders. I see you out there. Come on up. We're going to come right in the middle.
When's it gonna happen?
Right now.
Right there.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat candles are burning bright. The candles are burning bright. The candles are burning bright. When we light them on Friday night, someone's on the slope. Someone's on the slope. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat The end. The end. The end.
Well, that is the joy of Shabbat, Strauss children. I love that you just feel it in your core and are sharing with all of us. It was beautiful. Thank you to our kindergarten first and second graders. We are going to rise and join together in our call to worship prayer, the Baruch Hu. Page 28. We're going to invite up our third and fourth graders to help lead us in Roll into Dark. Third and fourth graders, we are on our supplemental page. Third and fourth graders, come on up.
night becomes day, day turns to night.
We continue standing and join in our prayer. I know, surprise. We continue standing and join in our prayer of oneness, of community, Shema, page 34.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam
We are excited to have students from many different age groups, and we are going to welcome up Sophie Gottlieb, who was called to the Torah as a bat mitzvah just a few weeks ago, and she is going to lead us in the Via Hafta. Page 36.
Hafta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levacha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'elech asher anohim mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta b'am v'shivtecha b'beitecha uvlechtecha b'derech ukshopecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uvtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeitutem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Let's give a little love to Sophie Gottlieb. Yeah. Our Micha Mocha prayer really brings us back to that moment when our people were leaving Egypt and they were moving into the wilderness, and they just felt this experience, this joy, this release of freedom. And it makes me think about in our own lives, where are some of those places or some of those experiences that really allow us to feel that sense of inner freedom or release? Maybe it's you're on a soccer field and you're just running through with your teammates. Maybe it's when you're reading a book in your bed and you just feel that sense of freedom within you. Maybe it is when you're sitting around a table with your family. I dare say for some of us, maybe it's when we're at school or when we're hiking. But whatever it is or whomever you are with, when you feel just that sense of release and of joy and of excitement, that is what we are all going to bring into this Micha Mocha. And so if you know the words, sing it out. If you don't know the words, fake it and sing it out. And we are all going to join together in that experience of freedom and liberation for all of us. We are on page 40.
Moshe u'Miriam, ze Eli anu ve'amaru, ze Eli anu ve'amaru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Yai la la with me. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la ya 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 la la. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed.
Shabbat is meant to be a experience of respite, and one of the times that I feel most at peace is when we are singing in our outdoor chapel on Wednesday afternoons with our religious school students, and they are singing out words of Hashkivenu, words asking God to spread over us a sukkah, a shelter of peace and of wholeness and of love. And so we're going to invite up our 5th graders and our 6th graders to bring that feeling of comfort and of safety at a time when all of us need it. We're going to join together with our students. We're on our supplemental page, Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom, leShalom. Lehamidenu Malkeinu leChaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Just your voices now. Amen. Amen. Amen.
We join together in our Amidah prayer on page 46. If you're able, I invite you to please rise.
Adonai Sephatai Tiftach Ufi Agitehi Latecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
48.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zocher Hasdei Avot ve'imahot, U'mevi Geulah livnei bneihem, Leman Shemo ve'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah.
Page 50.
Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah, Rav lehoshia, Mashiv haruach, Umorid hagashem, Mechalkel chaim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Micha mocha ba'al gevurot, Umito melech, Melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol.
52.
Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom, Yehalelucha selah, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
We continue in silent prayer, either using the words of the prayer book through page 62, or you can take some own quiet time for your own prayer and be seated whenever you are ready.
Just today, I heard a really inspiring youth who said something that reminded me of something so important. It was Greta Thunberg. She's at the gathering in Scotland around climate change. And she said, "Build back better, blah, blah, blah." She said, "I'm sick of all these people talking about the change to the climate in 2040 and 2050 and 2060, like the change we need needs to happen now." Somebody's with me in the back, yes. And I love that sometimes our kids, the teens, young people need to tell us, the older people, we're taking too long to make the change that needs to happen. You're still with me. That's the type of crying out that we need. So if you're someone who sometimes, I don't know, not looking at anyone in particular, some people aren't totally paying attention. That's okay. But I'm just wondering if you're someone who kind of looks around the world and you think, my parents, or sometimes some of the older people, they're not really paying attention. If you feel that way, can you stand up? Do you ever feel that way, that they're not listening? And sometimes when you look at your kids, you think, wow, these kids are really inspiring. They're really pushing me to be an actor in the world. Can you stand up? Do you look at your kids and say, yes, my kids are really going to lead to the future. All right, I'm hoping everybody's standing up. Maybe you're looking around, looking at the other people standing up. And this is the work that we have to do in the world, and this is our work of Oseh Shalom. We take a piece that is distant, that's hard to see, and we need to bring it down. So I'm going to invite you all to stand for Oseh Shalom. We are the peacemakers in the world, led by our beautiful children, crying out loud, calling us forward to act in the world and all be peacemakers together. Let's join together at the bottom of page 62.
Oh, say shalom bimroma, huya say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru. Amen. Oh, say shalom bimroma, huya say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, imru. Amen. Come on, here we go. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya 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 la 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 la. Oh, say shalom bimroma, huya say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, imru. Amen. Ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la. Just your voices. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la. Ve'imru, ve'imru, imru. Amen. Ve'imru, imru. Amen. Last time, say it like you mean it. Ve'imru, imru.
Amen. You know, it's a good prayer when we've got the sixth graders dancing and when we have the preschoolers dancing. That is a good sign. And Peachy Levy dancing. Exactly. That is the perfect equation. Well, I'm interested in knowing who out there has already made their Thanksgiving shopping list. Raise your hand if you, or even thought about Thanksgiving. Cindy Galsor is super on it. Maria, we're learning a lot about people. Yes, Sari, okay. Jack Galsor's on it too. I like all the students who are on. You're right, Tessa, are you cooking Thanksgiving dinner? I believe it. Well, don't worry, because I actually have not thought about it at all, but I started thinking about it the other day, and my mind went straight to my grandmother's stuffing. Does anyone have a particular recipe for Thanksgiving that just reminds them of their family? Maria, call it out. Sweet potato casserole. Anything else? Yes, Geffen. Dad's apple pie. Did you hear that? Yeah, all right. Go ahead, Charlotte. I like it. I like the custom. Okay, Hiram, last one. What's your special? Pumpkin and apple pie. Well, okay, Margot. I can't not tell. Margot, tell us, Margot. Loud, Margot. Your uncle's cooking. And you make the dessert? Is that what I heard? I like it. I like it. Well, so in my family, I always think of my grandmother's stuffing. And I always knew that when I was going to have a family that I would want to make the stuffing exactly like she did. But to be honest, a few years ago, I discovered that if you cook the stuffing 30 minutes longer than she recommended, then you get this really crunchy top that's actually quite delicious. And so we still call it, my grandmother, or we called her Dodo, we still call it Dodo stuffing, but it just looks and it tastes a little bit different. And in this week's Torah portion, in Toldot, we find a similar spirit of innovation within a family tradition as Isaac returns to the wells of his father Abraham that Abraham had dug in a place called Gerar. And when Isaac finds that these wells have been filled with rock and with dirt, Isaac actually redigs the very same wells, but shortly afterwards, the Philistines, these other people, they arrive and they claim ownership over his father's wells. But unlike his father, Abraham, who argued with the Philistines over ownership of the wells a generation earlier, Isaac, he moves on and he digs new wells nearby that flowed with even more water. So much so that God appears to him and offers him a blessing, and his neighbors, who were pretty grateful that he had moved on, offer Isaac a pact of friendship and of blessing. And though a struggle over wells might seem a little bit antiquated to us, Isaac reveals an important lesson through his actions because he recognizes the significance of his father's work, but he also is willing to continue his family's legacy in his own way. And tonight, we get to celebrate one of the sweetest moments for our community and for our families as we officially welcome our new religious school students into the lifelong pursuit of Torah, of studying Torah, and of living the values of Torah. And our hope is that, like Isaac, you, all of our students who are out there, that you will continue to learn and to carry on the values and the teachings and maybe even the recipes of those who came before you, but also that you will help to reinvent and to reimagine our tradition in new ways. And so by sharing your own individual gifts and by bringing fresh eyes to our ancient texts and our ancient rituals, you will help continue to transform our tradition and also our community in inspiring ways. And so to all of our new families who are here, we just, from all of our clergy team, from our temple community, from all of our religious school families, we just want to welcome you and say how thrilled we are to have you here and look forward to getting to know you. And in a moment, we are going to call up our new religious school students one by one, and they are going to receive their very own personal Torah. Raise your hand if you still have, adults or students, your Torah from your consecration. Yes. And you're also going to get a special certificate that is signed by our entire clergy team to mark this special moment. And so first I want to invite up a few people who are going to help us. Our Vice President of Lifelong Learning, Laura Gottlieb. Yeah, she totally deserves cheer. She happens to be related to Sophie Gottlieb and Lily Gottlieb and, of course, David Gottlieb. So Laura's going to come on up to help us pass out our Torahs. And then I want to invite our education intern, Julia Berg, to come on up, help us hold up our Torah. And then if we have any members here who are on our YEET committee, our Youth Education Action Team, to come on up. I see Debbie. Yes, Debbie, come on up. And any members of our board, I think I see Lee, and I saw Lisa, and Jordan, you all, surprise, are going to help to erect our chuppah that we're going to spread over our students. Okay. All right, students, when I call your name, you're going to come up and stand under our chuppah right here. Russell Baranoff. Cassidy Barish. Ozzy Barish. Joshua Besser. Maddie Besser. Maya Kaufman. Ryan Kaufman. Abigail Levitt. Toby Lipset. Ace Rabinu. Audra Snyder. Dylan Strauss. And Jaden Vermouth. I also want to recognize our students who couldn't be with us here tonight: Teddy Siegel, Ace Rhinus, Judah Berry, Leo Rare, Ever and Ace Rabinu, Ben Levitt and Oliver Kay, and Judah Berry. Rabbi Chasen is not here tonight because he is actually visiting his son in college. He is there for Parents Weekend, and he wanted me to share a few words of blessing with all of our students. This is from Rabbi Chasen. I'm channeling Rabbi Chasen. He says, "My very first temple memory in my life is this very moment that you students are experiencing right now, when I stood in front of my family's congregation in Chicago, Illinois, and I received my very own Torah scroll." Everyone hold up your Torah scrolls. Hold up your Torah scrolls. All these years later, I still remember the excitement of that night, because even as a young child, I could feel how important the Torah was and how important being a part of a community of love and kindness and Jewish values was. And years later, I got to experience this joy that your parents are experiencing tonight. And I had the chance to relive that amazing moment from my childhood by watching each of my own 3 children, Rabbi Jason's children, have that night that you are having right now. That's how I know how deeply proud you parents are as they see you take your place in this long line of students of Torah. And so to you, our newest learners, that's all of you under this chuppah in our religious school, tonight you receive the gift of Torah to inspire you. But what you cannot yet understand is that really you, our students, you are the gift of Torah that inspires us. Our ancient rabbis taught that when a child learns Torah at a young age, it is as if ink is being placed upon a perfectly clean sheet. So imagine that you're coloring or you're painting, and before that first splash of color, the page is absolutely perfect and ready to receive. Nothing needs to be erased. Nothing needs to be scratched out. There are no mistakes and no imperfections on the page. And no marks that you wish you hadn't put there. You all come to the Torah learning with perfect souls, ready to be engraved with the goodness of our tradition. And so as you begin this lifelong journey of learning and Jewish growing with us, we want you to know that already we await with excitement the beautiful words of Torah that will come charging out of you. Our world needs the Torah that each of you will bring. Your parents know it, and so do we. We need the Torah that will be the content of the clean, pure, beautiful page of your souls. For Etz Chaim hi lamachazikim ba'avitom checha me'ushar. The Torah you claim tonight is a tree of life to everyone who holds fast to it. Its ways are ways of pleasantness, and all of its paths are peace. And so Cantor Kates is going to offer all of you a special blessing. But before she does, I want to invite any of our parents who are here, of our consecration students, if any of our parents of our students want to come up and just huddle around your child, you can be a part of our special blessing as we, as Kendra Cates, and as our community blesses you. The words are on your handout. Let's join together as we mark this sacred moment in our students' lives and their families' lives, and for all of our community. Words of Shehecheyanu, please join us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kibanu v'higianu hazman hazeh. Once again, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kibanu v'higianu hazman hazeh. Just sing Amen.
Mazel tov to our students, to our families. Welcome to our community and to this long tradition of study and of learning and of community. We are so excited to be part of this with you. You all can head back to your seats.
With all of these little Torahs out amongst us and the teaching of Rabbi Bernie, and just in the presence of this entire community, we now shift our hearts to those in need of healing, of body, mind, and spirit. And we can see even like little bits of healing just being together on the campus and seeing friends huddled together and kids with parents and grandparents and dear friends sitting together. These are all ways in which we bring healing into the world. So for our Misha Berach prayer, if there's somebody that you are thinking of that needs just a little extra love, maybe it's you, maybe it's someone you're thinking of, invite you to rise so that you can speak their name aloud and that we can hold them as a community together. We join together on page 253 for the Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avoteinu Mekor Havracha Lavotenu. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Please rise for the Aleinu at the bottom of page 282.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר ויה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד.
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live out our days, these are the ways we remember. Especially as Rabbi Bernie was saying, in this time of Thanksgiving, we often think about those that have passed. So if there's somebody that you are thinking of in particular, if it's their yahrzeit, or just that you're holding close to your heart, I invite you to take a moment just to bring them close and to speak their name out aloud. As we recite Kaddish this evening, we especially remember Samuel Bergman, Reuben Bird, Rosalind Brode, Sally Rosenfeld-Cohn, Sharon Felder, Mame Friedman, Harvey Halper, Louis Hockman, Herb Howard, Shirley Kaplan, Nettie Kleinberg, Bennett Lee, David H. Marcus, Joseph McBride, Rita Mendelson, Ruth Pressler, Lawrence J. Raymer, Doris Ratner, Joseph Rosenfeld, Rachel Smith, Dina Sagor, Shayna Swears, Sivia Tsabari, Helen Zarin, Milton Zarin. Please rise so we can read Kaddish together on page 294. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'yama divrach hirute, v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mivarach leolam olmei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shmei d'kudashah b'richu, leila min kol berchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, damiran b'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'akol Yisrael, V'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, Uyaseh shalom, Aleinu v'Kol Yisrael, V'imru, amen. May they continue to be a blessing in our lives.
Amen. We're going to ask, you can take a seat. Although we're going to have our students, all of our religious school students, every age, come on, just stand up in your seats. Just stand up in your seats. I know they're all were like charging, which we love. We are going to join together in our language of peace. This is our Oseh Shalom that we sing every Sunday, every Wednesday, every moment we can possibly get. We sing this Oseh Shalom. And so I want to hear it from our students, parents, grandparents, community members. Those of you who are at home, you can just get to experience the pure joy and the hope that we can make this a better world because of all of these children who are here with us tonight. And so we want to see and hear you singing.
All right. Let's sing this so loud like there's nothing on our faces. Coming real strong. Here we go.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you to our amazing band, to our
Thank you,
wonderful
band.
students. Quick announcement
Thank
for our
you.
students. There are bags for our religious school families. One bag for family. You can get a little challah, a little babka, some special treats on your way out. So religious school families, pop over there by Julia. Each family gets one bag
And
per family.
The band will be back for Hanukkah, December 3rd. Join us then.